Jamie. How long have you been up?
A while.
Well, why didn't you wake me up?
When did you find Sandy?
What?
You heard me. When did you find Sandy?
Oh, Jamie, we have been through this. I told you I found him the day we came back.
And not before?
No.
Right.
Oh, Jamie. Why do you keep asking me that?
You found Sandy the same day you came back and convinced him to come home. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that seems very strange, because Sandy must have had a good reason to leave. One word from you, and he comes running back, huh?
Well, I did say more than one word.
Really?
I told him that Mac wanted him back. And that you found out that he was Mac's son, and that it upset you.
That is not what upset me. What upset me is the fact that I was never told. So that was what made him come running back to Bay City, huh? Come on, Cecile.
Well, what do you think happened?
I'm not sure. I wasn't there. But I can't help but wonder what you really did to convince him to come back.
The role of Alice Frame is now being played by Linda Borgeson.
Mac, are you in pain? Is that why you're up so early this morning?
Oh. No pain today.
Oh, good. I think we can begin to increase your time with the pressure ball today. That way you... Mac?
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't listening. What'd you say?
I was just saying I think we can begin to decrease your time with the pressure ball. What's the matter?
Oh, it's always the same thing, isn't it?
What do you mean?
Always the children.
What is it now?
I don't know. Right now, I just feel like I've gotten my children into some very difficult situations.
I don't think I understand.
Well, bringing Sandy back home put him in a tough spot with Jamie. I'm afraid I'm going to have to hurt Jamie even more, and I'm taking Amanda away from her mother. All I really want to do is just have my family together.
Thanks for seeing me so early, Rachel.
Oh, it's all right. I have to get up early with Matthew anyway. And Mitch just came over
Good
for
morning.
a cup of coffee.
Hello, Mitch.
Do you want some coffee? I just made it fresh.
Oh, no, thank you. I've had some.
Okay. Well, what is it?
Well, the divorce hearing has been set for next Thursday.
Thursday? That's excellent. Good
Oh,
news.
that's great. I'll be able to join you in San Francisco in a week.
Oh, now, wait a minute. I don't want to disappoint you two, but it's only the divorce hearing.
Well, the custody hearing was supposed to be the same date.
Well, no. That's been scheduled for October 4th.
Brian, that's a month away.
I'm sorry, Rachel, but Mac's lawyers requested that date.
He's just trying to drag it out.
Look, is there something that you can do about that?
I'm afraid not. I tried to get them to move the date up, but he wouldn't budge.
Well, that's so unfair.
I'm sorry, Rachel. Now, look, there is something else that I need to discuss with you.
What?
It's Amanda. Mac wants her back home.
Another World.
He wants Amanda back when?
Today?
That's out of the question.
Rachel, wait a minute.
Well, Rachel, you have no choice but to go along with his request.
He asked me to take care of her, Brian.
Why is it that he's going back on his word?
Well, he's not. He wanted Amanda cared for while he was in the
But
hospital.
he's still not well.
Yes, but he's home now. And he made it very clear that he wants his daughter back.
And he can just do that? He can just take her back whenever he wants her?
He can do that without any notice?
I'm afraid he can't.
Well, I'm not going to do it, that's all. I'm just not.
Rachel, wait a minute.
It just doesn't make any sense, Brian. He's not well enough to take care of a little child.
But Louise is there, and so is Alice Frame.
I'm her mother. She should be cared for by her mother, not Alice Frame. She's very happy here, too. I don't want to uproot her here again.
Really, why does she have to be disturbed with this shuttling back and forth?
Believe me, Rachel, I know how difficult it is for Amanda and you.
Do you really?
Of course I do. I just wish there was some other way.
Well, maybe there is.
Rachel, what are you thinking?
Well, suppose I don't take her back.
But you've got to.
Well, what would happen if I just didn't take her back?
It would be a very, very foolish thing to do.
Why? I'm her mother.
Nevertheless, the court has awarded temporary custody to Mac. Now, if you disregard the court order, I guarantee you that you'll jeopardize your chances of gaining permanent custody of Amanda. Now, you don't want to risk that, do you?
What should I do?
Take her back? Today?
Mac, if you don't want to talk about it, I'll understand. Really, I will.
No, listen. You seem to be the only person I can talk to about anything these days.
I do like to listen.
Well, it's just that I've made such a mess of everything. I'm not sure I'm making any right decisions in any situation.
Well, you mean about Sandy and Jamie?
Yes, you know, I never legally adopted Jamie.
I was aware of that.
Rachel and I felt that out of respect for his late father, that he should be allowed to keep the Frame name.
That's not so hard to understand.
No, wasn't for us then either. And Jamie was only 14 years old at that time. But, looking back, I'm not at all sure it was a wise decision. We just thought we were doing the right thing.
And that's changed now?
Well, it seems to be. With my usual 20/20 hindsight, I do think we should have decided things differently for Jamie.
And Sandy, how does he fit into all of this?
Well, you know now he's my natural son, and I would like for him to use my name.
Is that legal?
Oh, yes. Miriam, that was his mother, told him before she died that his name was legally Cory, and that she had recorded it that way on his birth certificate.
Sandy Cory.
Actually, Alexander Sanderson Cory.
Oh, that's lovely, Mac.
Yes, it is. But there's a problem there, too. He feels that that would be a slight to Jamie, his using the name and Jamie not using it.
I see what you mean. So what are you going to do?
Well, first I'm going to have a talk with Jamie, and I'm going to suggest that he, too, use the Cory name.
Well, why does that upset you?
Because I'm afraid he'll think that I'm only doing that because Sandy is here.
And is that why you're doing it?
Well, I honestly don't know. I keep wondering myself, why in the world didn't I ever insist that I adopt him? I mean, Jamie and I talked about this once, but we never came to any resolution about it or any answer. So now I suppose I'm going to handle it directly with Jamie.
And, what about Amanda?
Well, the courts did give me temporary custody until there could be a final custody decision.
But Rachel has her now.
Yes, but that was only a temporary solution, only while I was in the hospital. I'm home now.
And?
And so I've asked my lawyer to speak to Brian Bancroft and to Rachel and arrange for Amanda to come back home.
I know you feel badly about this, Mac, but you really shouldn't. Amanda belongs here, in the house she's known as her home ever since she was born. I know you love her very much, and how much it will mean for you to have her here with you.
Thank you, Alice. And all that is true. And yet I still don't know that if I'm making the right decision. I mean, as much as I adore that child, and as much as I need her with me, should I take her from a mother? And at what cost to Amanda herself?
Jamie. What?
I think we need to talk about what happened last night. See, I don't...
I'm really busy right now.
It's important. To me.
I said I'm really busy right now.
Okay, fine, you're busy. We're going to talk about it. And we're going to do it today.
Here you go. A treat for doing your exercises so well.
Thank you, Alice. You know, you really do take very good care of me.
I enjoy doing things for you, Mac.
Thank you.
Louise, I'll get it. Oh, Rachel.
Alice? Excuse us, Alice. I want to talk to my husband alone.
Don't treat Alice like that.
Oh, I'm so terribly sorry, Alice. Would you mind terribly much if I were to talk to my husband alone? Is that better?
Would you like me to leave?
We have no alternative, it seems.
Will you be all right?
You'll be just fine.
Don't ever do that again. Alice is a guest in my house.
Oh, now she's a guest? I thought she was your nurse. I thought she was one of the paid help.
I'm not discussing Alice with you.
That's fine with me. I didn't come over here to talk about her. I have better things to do with my time.
Then why are you here?
Brian came over this morning and told me that your lawyer is demanding that I bring Amanda back to you.
Yes, I do want her back home.
She is home. She's with me.
That's not what the court's decided, you know.
Mac, you're not well enough to take care of her.
I have plenty of help. Louise and Brooks are devoted to Amanda, and so is Alice.
So we're back to Alice again, huh? You know, I find it amazing. You're going to use Mitch against me, and you're living here openly with Alice?
There's a big difference. She's here to be my nurse.
Mac, you can't take Amanda away from me. Not right now. Not with Mitch going away.
Mitch is going away?
Yes, he's leaving on Friday.
Where's he going?
He's accepted a job in San Francisco.
You joining him?
Yes. After the custody hearing is over with. That's a whole month, Mac. I'm going to be alone.
No, Rachel. You're not going to be alone. And I feel I have a right to have Amanda.
And if I say no?
Then I'll get a court order demanding that you return me my daughter.
Mother said I might find you.
Yeah, right. Something wrong?
No, nothing's wrong, not at least the way you might think.
Oh. Well, that's good. Can I get you some coffee?
Sure.
Probably pretty strong by now.
It's all right.
So what do you mean nothing's wrong, not in the way I think?
Well, she might have told you that I'm taking a job at Cliffside College.
Right, that's near San Francisco, right?
Right, thank you.
Yeah, she mentioned it.
Well, I'm leaving day after tomorrow.
Right, and Mom will be joining you after the custody hearing, right?
That's the plan.
Okay, what's the problem?
Well, I'm not going to be here with her during the hearing, and I just don't want her to be alone.
That's okay, I'll be here.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad to hear that.
You, love my mother very much, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Good. Because I love her, too. And I don't want to see her hurt.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, because that makes two of us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello? Someone there? Hello? Who is this? Is this some kind of joke? Larry, you're playing a trick on me, aren't you? Well, sweetheart, will you take the things here and put them on the shelf by your bed? You make me love you. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. Hello? Hello? Who is this? Why don't you tell me? Cory, honey, you come here a minute, Carlos?
What, Mommy?
You know what? Your mama could use a big hug right now.
Are you okay, Mommy?
Sure, sweetheart, I'm okay.
Mom? Okay, Rachel, this better be important for you to drag me out of the beauty shop. I was really busy. I mean, I wish you wouldn't do this to me. The least you could do is tell me what it's all about. It better be pretty awful.
It is awful. Mac wants Amanda back.
Oh. Yeah, well, you knew you were going to have to take her back when Mac got out of the hospital.
No, that's not what I thought would happen.
What did you think?
I thought that she would be allowed to stay here until the hearing, and then I would get her.
What made you think that?
Well, this doesn't make any sense at all. We're bouncing her back and forth like a tennis ball. Doesn't Mac care about her at all?
Mac loves Amanda as much as you do.
And I wonder how much Alice has to do with this.
Alice Frame? What's she got to do with
That's
it?
what I'd like to know. She's sitting in that house acting like the lady of the manor.
Not really get you.
Yes, it does get to me. She's moved right into Mac's house. She's ingratiating herself with my children, trying to get closer to Mac. How am I supposed to feel?
Honey, you have got to let go of Mac.
I have done that. It's my children I'm worried about.
What really bothers you is the woman that Mac is seeing is Alice Frame.
Yeah, well, you got to admit, it's pretty ironic, isn't it? Alice Frame again?
Yeah, well, maybe it is, but there's nothing you can do about it.
Maybe not, but it really hurts.
What hurts?
When I take Amanda back to that house, it's going to be Alice Frame who's acting as her mother. And that hurts. It really hurts.
Jamie, can I get something for you?
No, thank you, Louise.
Mr. Cory?
No, thank you.
Jamie, so nice to see you.
It's good to see you.
I have some things to attend to upstairs. See you before you leave?
Okay. Liz said you wanted to see me.
Yes, I did, Jamie. Won't you sit down? Do you remember some time ago when you asked me about using the Cory name?
Yes.
Why did you ask me?
I don't really remember why. I think at the time you and Mom were breaking up, and I was unsure of where I stood with you.
And I told you you had always been my son, and you will always be my son.
I remember.
You do believe that's the truth, don't you?
I believe you probably meant it then.
I meant it then, Jamie, and I mean it just as much now.
Really? Mac, I really don't know where you're going with all this. A long time ago, I asked you about the Cory name because I was feeling insecure, unsure of myself. And you said out of deference to my father that I should keep the Frame name. I accept that. Why are you bringing it up now?
Well, I've thought a lot about it, and having given it a lot of thought, I've come to feel that perhaps your mother and I didn't make a wise decision when we decided that I shouldn't legally adopt you.
It's a little late, isn't it?
I hope not, Jamie, because if you would like, I would very much like for you to take the Cory name, for you to be my son legally, in name, as well as in spirit.
This has something to do with Sandy, doesn't it?
Yes, I suppose it does.
Sandy's legal name is Cory. Is that right?
Yes, it is. And I've asked him to start using his own name.
I see.
But that's not the only reason that I'm bringing this up with you again, Jamie.
Really? Mac, I lived in this house for almost 10 years as your son. And in all that time, you never made any move to adopt me. Now, don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying that you never treated me like a son. You were the best father a son could ever have. But now I get the feeling that what I was to you just wasn't enough. And you're trying to cover up that feeling by coming up with this offer to change my name. A name that is yours and Amanda's. And Sandy's.
Jamie, I can only say I've always thought of you as my son. To me, you're always going to be my son. I thought Rachel and I were doing the right thing by not changing your name at that time, but now I think that we made a mistake. It's hurt you. We didn't realize that. Now I want to try to do something about it.
Thanks for the gesture, Mac. But Cory is not my name. My name is James Stephen Frame. And that's the name I'm going to keep.
Mac?
Oop. I'm afraid you found me lost in my thoughts again.
Did Jamie leave already?
Yes, I'm afraid Jamie left.
The way you sound. Mac, what are you saying?
Alice, have you ever had something you know that you should do, that you keep putting off and putting off, thinking there's always tomorrow, always another day to deal with it?
I think we all have.
Well, I've just realized that there isn't always tomorrow. That if you don't seize the moment, the critical moment, the right moment, you may lose your tomorrow and lose your opportunity to act.
Oh, you told Jamie that you'd like for him to take the Cory name legally.
Yes, I told Jamie that, but I was afraid it was a little late.
Oh, surely not.
Yes, it's true. Months late. Perhaps even only weeks late, but too late in any case. You know, Alice, that boy had grown to be my son so totally, so utterly. Through all these past years, I just didn't think it was necessary for me to have to do something about it. He just was my son. Letting him know how much I've come to care for him just didn't seem to have enough priority with me.
You're being too hard on yourself. Jamie has always known how much you've loved him, how completely you considered him your son.
Well, even so, I didn't act. I let the opportunity slip through my fingers.
Well, maybe that's how you feel today, but tomorrow...
Tomorrow? You know, I may well have run out of tomorrows.
Mac, don't think that way. We always have tomorrow.
Thank you, Alice. I hope you're right. But did you know, at the very least, this whole situation has made me realize something.
What's that?
It's made me realize that you're a very special woman. And I want you to know how much I appreciate how much I've come to care for you. And I'm not going to wait till tomorrow to say it.
Look, I know how you feel, and I'm sorry. I thought you were going to have Amanda longer.
I didn't think Mac would do this to me.
Well, he's just following court orders.
I'll be happy when this custody suit is over with.
Yes, I know. Because there's nothing that I want more than you to come to San Francisco with me.
Me too.
Why don't you? And just come back for the hearing.
I couldn't do that.
Why not? There's nothing that you can do here.
Yes, there is. I can try to keep Alice from being with Amanda so much.
Look, I think you and I better have a talk about something.
What?
About the possibility that you might not get custody of Amanda.
It's not going to happen.
If it does, is it going to make a difference?
What do you mean? What do you mean difference?
I mean, what's it going to do to us?
Nothing. It's not going to do anything to us.
No. You'll still join me in San Francisco.
I'm going to get custody of Amanda.
If you don't, if you lose her, you're going to come to San Francisco with me.
Of course I'll join you. Nothing's going to stop me from doing that. Don't you know that?
Yes, I do know that, but sometimes things just get crazy and get scary.
I know. We shouldn't be scared.
Mom!
Hi, sweetie.
Hey, hon. You going to take it to Max now?
Yeah, I have to.
Okay. We're sure to have a good time with you today.
Okay.
I enjoyed seeing you. We'll see you again soon, all right? Okay, let's go. Okay. Up.
over the couch, down on the floor for landing. That's okay.
Let's go to your daddy, okay? Go to your daddy.
What are you doing here?
I said we were going to have a talk today.
Yeah, and I told you I was busy.
Jamie, I said we were going to talk. I said it'd be today. Well, now's the time.
Hey, sit down. Let's talk. Well?
Jamie, I think we said some things last night to each other that we probably shouldn't.
Such as?
Jamie, I'm sorry. All right? I'm sorry I didn't tell you I was Mac's son. I'm sorry that I didn't trust you enough to handle it. And I'm sorry about what happened last night. Look, you're right. Your marriage is none of my business, and I had no right trying to tell you what to do.
Is that it?
No, that's not it, Jamie. You're the best friend I ever had, okay? And more important than that, you're my brother. Look, I don't want our friendship to end because of this thing with Mac. Are you listening to me? Or
Yes.
What? So?
Oh, what do you want me to say? That everything's okay? That it's just fine? That since January you've known you were Mac's son? That you, Mac, Mom, who knows who else all conspired to keep that tidbit of information from me? That it's okay that the one person I thought considered me an equal, who I trusted with everything I was feeling and thinking, was doing what everyone else was, protecting me. I mean, come on, Sandy. I mean, do you think it's okay that you've been treating me like an unstable kid who might fall apart just because, I don't know, 20-odd years ago, Mac had an affair that resulted in a son? Well, big deal. You know what, Sandy? I could have handled it. In fact, I would have welcomed it. But no, you, like everyone else, thought that if I got a hold of that little bit of information, I would go right over the emotional edge. Well, thanks a lot for the vote of confidence, pal.
Jamie, have you ever maybe wondered why people treat you like a child? You know, it might just be because you're acting like one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. You know, Mac needs you right now. He is tearing himself apart because he feels like he may have hurt you. And you won't even meet him halfway. You won't even talk to the guy.
No, you're wrong about that. I talked to him today. Do you know what about? Oh, you probably know. He probably talked to you before he talked to me.
Oh, yeah. He talked to you about taking the Cory name, right?
Oh, brilliant. Yes, that's it. Sandy, let me explain something to you. For 10 years, I lived in that house. I thought I was Mac's son, but I wasn't. I am Jamie Frame. I mean, I was very hurt because when I was younger, Mac never adopted me. But I'm okay now. I'm over that. And now, 10 years later, Mac sits me down and he says, okay, here's the Cory name. You know why? Because he wanted to protect me again. He didn't think I could handle the fact that you were a Cory. As if that mattered to me.
Jamie, you're his son.
No, I'm not. Mac was married to my mother. They're getting a divorce. The only son that Mac has is you.
Well, you're his son, Jamie. And you're my brother.
No. You're not my brother. You're not even my friend anymore. Sandy, I trusted you. I really did. And all I expected in return was the same. But like
enough.
everybody
Enough of
else.
the everyone else bit. And enough of the poor Jamie. Nobody trusts everyone else bit. And enough of the poor Jamie. Nobody trusts him bit. That you do exactly what you're doing now.
Maybe the reason why nobody... If you're finished, I have some work to do, so if you don't mind...
Well, I do mind, Jamie. Okay. Maybe I'm not your brother. And maybe I'm not your friend anymore. Okay, terrific, fine. But Mac is still your father, and he still loves you, and he needs you right now.
He's not my father.
Oh, you don't listen, Jamie. You just don't know how to listen, do you? Why don't you grow up? Why don't you stop acting
Get out
like
of this
a baby?
office!
No, come on, I'm going to tell you. Get out! I'll tell you what to...
Okay, come on here. Uh-oh, is this it? Is this what happened? What happened? Unbuckle? How does this go? That goes there. This one goes here. And that's it. That's it? Mm-hmm. Come here. Come here. Okay, you ready? Onward?
Hey, wait for me! Hey! Yes, he was lonesome. So still a baby.
How's my favorite wife?
Fine.
Well, you don't look fine and you don't sound fine. What's wrong?
Nothing I want to discuss here.
Wait a minute. What's the matter with you?
Rick.
Marianne, just don't move, all right? Because I'm going to follow you wherever you go.
Would you just
tell me.
Keep your voice down?
I'm not going to keep my voice down until you tell me what the problem is.
I had a little talk with Olivia. She informed me that you intend to pursue a residency in psychiatry here at Bay City General.
Oh.
Is that all you have to say? Oh.
I didn't want to tell you.
Obviously. And why not? I mean, isn't that something we should have shared? Isn't that what married people do? Plan their lives together?
Look, I don't even know if I'm accepted yet. That's the reason. I didn't want to fail.
Well, I just wish you'd shared it with me.
I'm sorry. I was going to tell you as soon as I knew, one way or the other.
Well, one way or the other, I wish you'd told me sooner.
Look, we'll talk about this later, all right? Then you can do whatever you're going to do to me.
You're getting all set to go, I see.
Yeah, that's about it. I wanted to get packed. I wanted to make sure my equipment's in San Francisco when I got there.
That's good thinking. Where's Rachel?
She took Amanda to Max.
How is she?
That's driving her crazy. It's killing her.
I know. Now with you going, too.
Yeah, well, I've tried to talk to her. I tried to face up to the possibility that it just might be she might not get custody of Amanda.
Tell me about it. I tried to get her to face that, too. Did you get through to her?
Well, I asked her if she was going to join me in San Francisco. If she didn't.
What'd she say?
Well, she said that she would.
You don't believe her?
Well, I don't know. Should I?
Well, it's what she wants to do. It's going to be very hard for her to leave Amanda.
Yes, I know that.
Well, she needs you, Mitch. She needs your support and your love more than ever now.
She's always had it. She has it now.
Well, and all we can do is wait and hope that the court gives her custody of Amanda.
Louise, I'll get it. Oh, Rachel. Amanda?
Can I see Mac, please?
Of course, Rachel. He's been expecting you. If you'll excuse me, I have to see about something.
Well, I've brought Amanda back to you.
Give Daddy a kiss, honey. Oh, I missed you so much. You been a good girl?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you deserve a reward for that. Maybe you'd like some juice and cookies. How about that? Would you? Alice is out in the kitchen. You run out and tell her that Daddy said you can have cookies. All right? And I'll see you in a little.
Kiss. Mm. Be a good girl, okay?
Thank you for bringing Amanda back home.
Oh, you don't have to thank me. I didn't have any choice.
Rachel, I hate this every bit as much as you do.
Do you?
Yes, I hate our hating each other because we both love our child so much.
Well, then why can't you just let me have her?
Because I need her now. Surely you can understand that.
But you have Sandy.
And you have Matthew. When are you going to San Francisco?
As soon as the custody hearing is over.
No matter how it turns out?
Yes.
Well, then there's something else I'd like you to know.
What?
All this hate and bitterness between us. I never meant for it to be like that.
Neither did I.
Well, then, let's put it all behind us now.
I'd like that.
I never thought I'd be able to say this, but if Mitch is what you really want, what you really need, then I'm very happy that he's there for you.
So am I. Well, I guess I better go.
You don't have to.
Yes, I think I better. Take care of Amanda, all right?
I will, Rachel, I will. Rachel, feel free to come see her anytime you want to.
Didn't think you'd be home.
Well, I waited up for you.
I told you I'd be late.
I know.
Cecile.
What is it, sweetheart?
I'm going to New York tomorrow.
New York? What for?
Booksellers' convention.
When are you leaving?
In the morning?
When are you coming back?
I don't know. Day after tomorrow. Morning, I think. The meeting will be done tomorrow, but I think I just might stay the night.
Oh, so you won't be home tomorrow night?
That's right. I won't be home all night long.
What?
Oh, is this it? Is this what happened? What happened? Oh, is this got that was it? This was it. That's it. That's it. Come here. Come here. Okay, you ready? Onward.
Hey, wait for me! Hey! Hey, wait for me! Hey! Hey, wait for me! Hey! Oh, yes, he was lonesome.
Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Another World.